Good.
This must be the only warm place left in the city. I think we have a large audience today. Good morning, traveling guy. Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning, Brenda.
Lee, what are you gonna do with all your time now?
Have to get you going. Gonna concentrate. Did you hear that, Charlie? Lee's gonna concentrate on change orders. I got 9 o'clock. Do you?
8:59.
Cindy, if you ever run out of batteries, I was curious as to why.
Gets charged with a USB, so.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 9 a.m. We'll call the meeting of the Cottington County Board of Commission on this Tuesday, February 26th, the weekly meeting of the board. We'll open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Gable, will you lead us this morning? Thank you, Lee. Couple of housekeeping things. If you do have a cell phone, please silence it or turn it off. And if you do get a call that you need to take, please step out into the rotunda area so you don't disrupt the meeting. The meeting is being streamed live, so if you wish to speak to the board or speak at any time, more than likely you will be on the live stream. Just a heads up so that you know that that's happening. Is there anyone in the audience that has any items that they would like to bring to the board this morning that are not on the agenda? We would like to allow them time during the open. We certainly would not be able to act on anything that's not on the agenda, but if there are some things, we would like to hear from you, and we'd allow you some time. I have one item. I think that Milo has an issue with the furnace that he would like to probably bring to us and do that during the open. The board, is there anything on the agenda that appears to be a conflict of interest for any of the board members?
Move to approve
Seeing none,
the
I would
agenda.
ask for a motion at this time to approve the agenda.
Move to approve the
A
agenda.
motion by Hatton, a second by Gable. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. The minutes of
Move
the
to
February
approve
19th
as-
meeting, I would ask for a motion to
Move to
approve
approve
those.
as email.
Second.
A motion by Hatton, a second by Van Duzen. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. We'll go right on to the monthly reports, emergency management. See, Jim is here. I saw him just a minute ago. Jim,
Nope.
He wasn't here when I came.
he was in and out. Jim, where did you go?
Sheriff Howell will not be here.
Yeah, Jim just came in and then he Oh, I hear him over there. He's circling. The sheriff will not be here this morning. He's out pulling people out of ditches. I don't know what he's doing. Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Jim.
Go ahead.
Jim, you want to turn your mic on?
Turn it on.
Push
Yeah.
the button. There you go.
There you go.
We're good to go now.
Yep.
Okay, I just have a few things this morning. Begin with last month, I told you that Search and Rescue Support Organization was looking at replacing one of the trucks for the Search and Rescue team. We have the quotes for that truck now, and decision is going to be made on that tonight. We have a board meeting tonight to discuss that. Tomorrow I'll be attending city department head meeting, and then on Thursday, the department heads, I'm hosting a meeting in the EOC to discuss flood preparations in case that we would have problems this spring. We're looking at, being prepared if that does come, if we do have problems.
What day is that, Jim?
That's on Thursday. And then tomorrow night I'll be attending the Association of Towns and Township meeting to discuss disaster declaration procedures. The Office of Emergency Management put out a new YouTube video that I'll be passing out the information on that so that if we would have a disaster declaration declared, each township has to go online and apply directly to the state. I'm in the process of measuring snow for the Army Corps of Engineers. Last time I measured was probably 2 weeks ago. Out at the airport, they have you go out to a flat level area out in the airport, and we had an average of 11.5 inches of snow out there at that time, but there was 3.14 inches of moisture in that snowpack. So, and that's what they're concerned about, is how much moisture there is for the snowpack. And I'll be measuring again this afternoon out at the airport.
Seems to me you should be coming up north and measuring up there because that's where the water's going to come from.
Yeah, well, what they're looking at is more of the moisture content.
Yeah.
And so they know how much moisture is in that snowpack that we have up north or any place in the county. Our next LAPC meeting that will be held on March 19th. I know Commissioner Hanton attends those LAPC meetings, so on March 19th we'll be having our next meeting. On March 20th, Sherry and I will be attending a National Weather Service seminar up in Aberdeen to discuss severe weather procedures going into the summer. And then on March 26th and March 27th, we'll be hosting our annual Weather Spotter training. That'll be out at the Extension Center. Now, March 26th, we're going to have an afternoon session at 3 o'clock. And then on the 27th, we host a second session, but that'll be at 7 o'clock in the evening. So depending on a person's schedule, hopefully they can make either an afternoon session or an evening session of that. And we usually have a real good turnout for that. We've had as high as 90 to 100 people between the two sessions. And I like to tell the people, you don't have to be a weather spotter to attend that training. It's just very informational training. We have employees from the National Weather Service in Aberdeen come down and do that presentation. So it's very professional and very informative. And I guess that's all I have for this morning, unless there's some questions.
Any questions for Jim? Okay, thank you, Jim.
Okay, thank you.
Good day. We're going to number, the sheriff is not here. He does not, I did not receive a written report.
He'll be reporting next week.
Okay, let's go on then to open the bids for the highway pole building and action to award bid. Rick, you want to come on up? And also in your packet is a bid sheet as well as the notice of
That
bidder.
bid sheet is for the
Oh.
alarm,
All
fire
right.
alarm.
All right.
got one.
There is a a description in here, though. Want to follow along?
Thank you.
Thought I'd have Steve help me out today.
Thanks. All right.
Everybody get one?
Got quite a few bids, I see. Good.
First off, I had one that came this morning in the form of an email for the garage doors, but that was not how that was all set up.
We probably should announce who it was.
It's Gold Specialties.
Out of,
The bottom it has Harrisburg.
Harrisburg, South Dakota.
okay,
Okay.
so that bid will be rejected because it's not in the proper form.
Concrete.
Doesn't have the proper documents to go with it.
That's
And it's not,
totally-
they're bidding on something we did not spec out. We did not spec out the doors separately.
Okay, the first one is electrical from Sharp Electric. And there is a cashier's check.
And they are out of,
Henry.
okay,
And they put in a bid for the electrical for $9,906.01.
Repeat that one time again. 9,900.
$6.01.
Do they have a bond?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And the next one is Ingolstadt Electric. And they do have a bid bond. And their bid price was $22,500.
And that was for what?
Electrical?
Electrical, okay.
Yep. Sorry, Steve. Okay, we'll move on to concrete. And this was Nygaard Concrete Construction. And they have a cashier's check. And their total price was $40,285.79.
It's just for concrete. Is that right? Is that for concrete?
Okay. Crestone Builders, this is for the building. It looks like they submitted a bid for the concrete as well. And and that is $37,700.
Is that
Is
for the
that for the two
concrete?
together?
It's just concrete.
That's
Concrete,
Concrete, okay.
37,000.
700. Okay. And they do have a bid bond.
Yeah, well, just for the building then? Or are they gonna throw the
Yeah,
building
it looks
in?
like they have 2 bid bonds, but do you see a price?
Been bought, it's all.
Is there no bid on the building?
Well, there's 2 documents the same.
But where's
so-
the
Yeah.
bid, where's the actual bid?
That's what we're kind of looking for here. You know,
That was,
The only thing there is the concrete here.
yeah,
so-
see on this, they have concrete.
Check your envelope.
Is there another one? Yeah, another packet?
Oh, yep.
Okay, we got it.
Okay. Did you get the concrete?
Okay. This one is for the building from Crestone. And that, let's see, in the amount of 150,500. And then there's a roll-up door, or another 10-by-10 door that goes on the sign shed, and that was another $2,867.
but was that part of our bid
Yes,
request?
yeah.
Was that an alternate?
That was an option that
Option.
goes on the inside part of the,
So doors.
Okay,
For the firewall.
yep.
all right. By the way, Nygaard, Ingolstead, Nygaard, and Crestone are all out of Watertown, is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And the next is for the building, and that is Zach Whiff Construction.
Spell that, it's
WIPF, Zach.
Zach,
Okay,
Z-A-C-K.
yep.
Out of where?
Watertown. And he has, let's see, he's got a check with his, a cashier's check. And it looks like his bid was $40,051.78.
And that was for
That was for the building.
building?
Yep.
$40,051 and what?
140,000.
Oh,
Oh, you said 40,000. All
She was gonna-
right. Okay.
Say that number, I'm sorry,
Whoa.
We'll stay with the first one.
I asked,
say that again.
that's why I asked for a clarification.
All right.
Okay, what's,
Somebody put the wrong amount in?
I was
or-
already raising my hand.
All
but
right.
they
can we
take it.
clarify? I didn't hear it.
$140,051.78.
We might need to start having a doctor for
Okay.
heart attacks.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Chair, I would ask for clarification on the bid so everyone can hear it effectively here, so. I can write it down.
$140,051.78.
That's the building.
That was for the building. Geez, that made my throat dry.
140,000. Okay.
Just, Mr. Chairman, just a quick question. Going back to the Crestone Builders building bid, was there a bond on that
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was,
Yes.
okay, I missed that.
There's also a bond with.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess the concrete.
40,000 sounds good.
Okay, and then the next bid is Morton Buildings.
That's on the building, obviously.
Yep.
Out of Watertown?
Yes, out of Watertown. Okay, they submitted a price for the building, the concrete, and the electrical.
Okay.
Okay, for the building was $178,689.
Okay.
For the concrete, it was $37,720. And for the electrical, it was $16,200.
And is there a bid bond?
Yes, there was. I have a check.
There was a check?
No, I have a check marked. I
Oh.
thought you said that there was.
No, he didn't
Oh.
say.
Never mind. Back it up.
Because I know when I talked to him yesterday, yes, there was a
There
bid
is.
bond.
All right.
He hadn't said it though.
I know.
Jumping the gun there. Really?
All right,
I'm confident.
Yeah.
Was that it, or one more?
one more.
What a sheet.
Do you need another sheet?
No, we can write on the
That's all right,
bottom.
I'll,
Oh, okay,
I'll swear.
We're out of room, but we can add it down.
all right. You are too? I am too. Okay, and the last one is Basin Construction.
From?
That's it.
I think they're from Hayti.
Which portion are they bidding on?
Looks like they're gonna bid on it all.
Okay.
And there is a check. Okay. The building is $158,737. The concrete is $40,596. And the electrical is $17,566.
All right.
And is there a bid bond?
Yes.
Cashier's check.
That was a cashier's check, yes.
That's it, right?
Yep.
All right, we need to give Rick time to go back and analyze these bids. Is there any questions
So
for
it
Rick
just-
at
Would
this
you like,
time?
would
Make
you
a
like to
motion.
postpone until next Tuesday?
That would be great.
A motion would
I'll
be
make
in
a
order.
motion
We have a motion by hand to
second that
postpone
motion.
the decision for the awarding of the bid till next Tuesday.
Second.
And a second by Van Duzen. Any discussion? Thanks you, everyone, for bidding. We appreciate it. It's always good to have a number of bids, and we had a lot to pick from here.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
Nice to see you.
that's good.
Thank you.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, the motion carries. All right, thank you, Rick and Steve.
Here you go, just take,
Yes.
is a bid bond enclosed. And the bid is $55,492. That's $55,492. And if I could,
And they both have the checked on the components and the installation for both of them.
pardon?
So that they both include the components and the installation. There's a spot on the cover sheet to check out.
That's for the completed project. I would like a chance to review these.
Make a
Come
motion
back in
to postpone.
before the
until-
meeting's over, I think.
Oh,
So
we can
you
do it
can
with
still-
Jen.
So we don't need a motion if you think you're coming back. If you're not going to make it back, let us know, and then we'll take action to
I've got
postpone.
time for you reserved during the open to review the furnace issue, so we can do that at the same time, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Milo. Okay, good. Let's go on to item number 5, action to approve proposal for purchase of courthouse security checkpoint furniture. And Lee, I'm going to turn that over to you, and then your packet is a picture. I think we had it last year, or last week too. And then all of the proposals. So go ahead, Lee. You've had a chance to sort through this?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So what this is something that the sheriff and I have been working on. We've been kind of waiting on this because of the, just to make sure that everything looks, as they put the walls, the security walls up, that it's going to fit. And so the thing in the packet looks like that. And then, and you can see what the cubicle would look like. So that's where the deputy would sit and then work that checkpoint. So the price, I'll make a motion that we approve this purchase. The amount is $5,720. So you recall that we budgeted $15,000 for furniture related to the project back when we did the budget. So this fits within that. One thing of note about that price that I'm moving that we do includes $540 for assembly. So Milo's guys might be able to do that, but that kind of depends on the snowfall. So I would recommend that we go ahead and include that in the price.
Say that one more time. What was that number?
So it's $5,720 is what I'm
Yeah.
moving, and that includes $540 for installation.
That includes,
The assembly, yeah. So if we don't need that, they won't bill us for that, so. And
all
Second
right,
motion.
you've heard the motion by Gable, second by
Hanton second.
Hatton. Any discussion?
Lee, on, was it last week or the week before when we were talking about this, the layout drawing services?
Yeah, that's
question came up.
yeah,
That
that's
is included?
That's included, yeah,
Okay.
so.
All right. There was
Yeah.
some
This is
Those
what
old
you're
cells.
referring to?
Well, it has, and also the diagram, the measuring and getting it all right and
I don't have a
what they
problem with
want.
that. I was just asking if
Yeah.
that was to be
Yeah.
included.
All right, any more discussion?
Did we get the issues solved of the heights and all those sorts of things have been
That,
addressed?
and, yeah, that's being worked. That's a separate change order for that we're gonna be getting. I'm still waiting on that one, so they're working on that one. And that'll have to do with the vestibule in the front and some of the wall heights.
Where
But,
there's-
yeah, but that's not what this is about. This is just the place for the deputy to work the
All right, any
checkpoint.
more discussion? Any more discussion? Any more questions? More discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Let's go on to number 9, action to reappoint Kathy Turback to the Housing and Redevelopment Commission of Cottington County.
I'll make that
A
motion.
motion by Commissioner Hatton, a second by
I'll second.
Gable. Any discussion? She has been serving on that board, and this is just a reappointment. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Number 10.
We need to check, I need to let Ann know we're at this point of
All
the
right,
agenda.
should we wait till Ann gets in here? She's right around the corner, so she'll be right here.
We could do claims if you want to do those quick.
Yep, let's go on to number 13, action to approve claims for payment. What do we have?
We have February salary claims in the amount of $546,209.16. If you want to make a motion to do those separately.
Make
Yep.
that motion.
Motion by Hatton, second by Gable. Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. We got the salaries.
And then we have our miscellaneous credit card bills and our 911 surcharge to the city of Watertown.
I'll make a motion to approve.
The 911 surcharge is $22,902.52. That's for December collections. We have a claim to Visa in the amount of $125, and that was for supplies for the Register of Deeds office. Another claim to Visa for $17.98. That was for emergency management supplies. Final one was also to Visa, $550.20 for various items for the sheriff's office, including supplies and travel.
Now I'll take that motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Van Duzen, second, by Commissioner Gable. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Come on in, Ann. We're waiting for you. Come on, right up front. Put you right to work. Good morning, Ann. Okay, we're going to go back to action to adopt a resolution setting abstract fees. And in your packet, there is a folder here.
There's a resolution that
There was
Tom
something that
prepared.
Cindy put on our desk after the
Yep,
packet.
I laid it there this morning. You should have a copy of it, though.
This one here?
That's it.
Yeah.
And then the memorandum, yes.
Yep.
Is it two separate things? Okay.
Oh, I just seen it.
One is the memorandum, the other one's the resolution. So we're recommending the, in our resolution as far as for abstract, license abstract fees, to be 15 cents per page, whether it's microfilm, paper, or digital copies of our uncertified documents.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion
Second
by
that.
Gable, a second by
second it.
Hatton. Any discussion? Any questions for Ann?
Yeah, I do, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Charlie.
We've had a couple people come before the board, and will they all be charged the same fees and have the same accessibility then?
That's what this would be setting. You know, what we found out in the past when First Dakota Title came, there was the agreement with the commissioners at that time, but there was no resolution set, and we've been charging the same fee of 50 cents per document for the last 20 plus years. And so now we're setting resolution moving forward, and that would be, you know, for anyone licensed abstractor.
Yeah.
And that would be our existing as well now. We'll all
Right,
change to this
right.
now that we have something in place.
So,
Mr. Gable, you have a question?
Yeah, just, so do you think it'll be easy to keep track of the 15 cents a page? And then the other question I had was on one of the, there's a draft MOU here. It mentions another fee of $75 per month for each month. And is that,
That was the rental fee.
That's a
a
whole
rent-
separate
that's
item.
a
That's
completely
yeah,
separate
Does not,
thing.
does not
Different than
tie into
Okay,
this
all right.
resolution
Yeah,
at all.
the resolution's totally
Okay.
different. That's just to set the fees that we're gonna charge abstractors.
Sounds good.
Good question, though. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? Any other comments? Any questions? We have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Ann.
Now the
Let's go
memorandum.
right on to number 11 then. Memorandum of Understanding presented by Midwest Developers on January 29th, and that is in your packet.
Should Ann stay as well?
Yeah,
'Cause we have a
would you stay?
memorandum
Yep.
also.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Ann. That's what
Push
I
that
wanted.
little,
You guys are all coming up, or?
push that little button right there.
Hi, my name's Amy Mosley. I'm with Midwest Developers, and we are starting a new title company. As we've talked to you previously, we currently have now an abstractor. We moved into a permanent location, and we would like to go forward with this memorandum as far as coming in to scan the documents. We were prepared to purchase the ones that are already digital, which we talked to Ann about, which we'll do immediately, but then we just need to come to the memorandum understanding for the scanner usage here at the courthouse. So paying the fees to you guys for use of the space while we're here, and then working with Ann and her staff as far as doing this. Now, I have done this in Brookings County. I have the letter of recommendation from the Register of Deeds in that county, so I've done this previously, so it's nothing new. And anyway, we have actually the scanner person that we have coming in, and had worked, well, he's gave Ann some pricing to do this for you in the past, and he's does a very good job and has the proper equipment to do this right. We have proposed that we would be willing to give Ann back those images if she so chooses, based on her specifications, because I know it's been done before and some were ineligible, or, you know, or how do you want to say that?
Well, in the agreement in the past, that was the agreement with the commissioners in First Dakota Title, that once we were digitized, because at that time we weren't. So once we were digitized, they would have to provide us with the copies, which they did, which we still have to pay the software company to import these documents, which we had done, but we didn't do a complete import just because the images are not good quality. And I know, you know, with Kurt that they're renting the scanners from, he's approached me as far as renting scanners and us doing. And like I've talked to you in the past, there's a company that I have been in contact with that they would come in and do our scanning, but it's like a 3-phase scanning project where they enhance the documents. And so that's kind of where I've been leaning towards that for the last few years, you know, saving up money to do that project.
Yeah, so completely up to you guys, but then we want to complete the memorandum of understanding so we can get into now. We did have him scheduled to come up, and so we would like to move on this memorandum of understandings because we have employed 22 people in the county to do this work. So we would like to move forward on this and get your input on this memorandum and make any changes or whatever to this as quickly as possible.
Because Tom did prepare. Tom did prepare a memorandum of understanding that I received last night, that doing some updates versus looking at the one that Midwest has given us and this one. Yep.
Okay, that was
Yep.
my question.
So I think there needs to be.
And that is the one that I laid on your desks today. That's the updated version.
And you emailed them yesterday, so
Yeah.
we did receive them electronically also.
Yep.
I just have a question. You mentioned you have an abstractor, so you have the abstract license, because I think you said at the last meeting that you are a licensed abstractor. Is that correct, that we need a certificate?
We needed yeah, but we did need one. We went and took our test, and we have not heard like my results, but we do have a licensed abstractor that is currently employed by the company that is registered with the state of South Dakota.
Okay, so as part of this memorandum, you haven't seen this probably, have you?
No, I have
Okay.
not.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I have not seen it, no.
okay, so,
Yeah, so we
Well,
need to.
yes,
Yeah,
present that and
present
give you
that.
some time to look it over, because this is what was prepared by our attorney, so
Okay.
this is probably the direction that
Okay.
we would like to go, but, so
Because
it's just
I-
about discussion this week anyways, so.
Right.
Right.
Because we did take action on the resolution, which was on the agenda,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
discussion
So
on the
where-
MOU.
And where will she be set up in the courthouse doing this work?
We looked down in the basement before, kind of outside of our vault in that area. I kind of mentioned it to Milo, but I'm not real sure. When he was here the last time, it kind of seemed like there was going to be
Milo
more
met behind you.
area needed than.
Yeah, and we did, we did discuss, and we actually will have 5 tables with scanners. So we'll actually bring in 5 units all at once. Our goal is to be out in 30 days, but it might go into the 2 months, but we'll be in and out as quickly as possible and be out of the way, so.
Milo, is there room down there for that, for 5 tables down there?
It might not be fun, but there's a way to make it happen.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks. Yeah,
You want to work quicker, right?
Yeah, we want to quicker and be done. Yep,
Right.
yep,
We understand that.
yep.
Question,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Chairman. So we talked about getting digital copies, so you're willing to leave us a digital copy. So you still, so it'd be 15 cents, and so the digital copy part, that's, I might have missed it, but is it mentioned in
Basically,
the MOU?
what, the resolution that you just approved would be the 15 cents per
Right.
page, whether it is microfilm, paper, or digital.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying to
And-
convert like a paper to digital for our benefit, you know,
Right, but that's a direction that I'm not looking to go.
okay, I get it, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because it would have added cost to import it, it's not compatible with our
Yeah, I
software.
get it, okay.
Yeah,
So Ann's going to
Now
do
I
a
get
whole
it.
different sort of,
Now I
right,
get it.
right.
Okay.
All right, that being said, we've had some good discussion here. Ann, would you be prepared a week from now to come and make a recommendation
Yep,
on this item?
right, and then we'll get Amy copies of what Tom
Yeah.
came up with here.
I give her time to review it,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
look it
that
over.
sounds great. Okay, so next
All right.
Tuesday, right, then?
yeah, we'll have discussion and
Are
possible
we okay
action
with
and-
all the board members
Right.
okay with that?
Yes.
We'd like to take, yeah, if we could do possible action next week, that'd be great.
Okay, we'll get it on the agenda for
Okay,
a week
thank
from
you.
today.
Okay.
So if there's any sorts of things that you're finding with the memorandum that, you know, I don't know how we go through that process, if we're going to discuss it next week, that we would know some of that feedback, or,
So we'll have John and Tom work
Okay.
together on this and get it to
Okay.
you before next week, so we can come to some sort of agreement by then, so,
Okay.
okay?
Because the one question too is, you know, none of them moving forward without the certificate,
Yeah, we
the
have-
abstract certificate.
Yep, we have that, yep.
Okay, because she had, somebody had emailed me yesterday.
Yeah, that's
In
her.
regards to,
Yep,
okay,
that's her.
okay.
yep, and that's one of the requirements in the resolution, so that's just a document
Right,
that we would
right.
need to have.
Yeah,
Okay,
So I'm Travis, Amy's husband here, brought a certificate, so the gal that did email that, she might not have a physical certificate for a little while, but the South Dakota Board of Abstractors can be reached
Mitch and Megan.
and verify that she's a licensed abstractor, so
They just have to review the document,
so
so,
it might take a little while for her to
But
get
she-
that.
Sure.
But definitely a licensed abstractor.
yeah.
okay. Any other comments or questions for them before they
Thank you.
leave? So you know what your marching orders are, right?
We are, I'm on this.
All right, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week. We'll get you on the agenda. Let's go on then to number 12, action to approve change orders for courthouse remodel project. Lee, where we at?
No, sorry, Mr. Chairman, but I don't have any this week. I am waiting for one more, to finish up some of the security wall stuff, so. I mean,
Okay, so you have nothing for today?
No,
Is that all right, Commissioner Waterman?
I think that's perfect.
All right, let's go on to number 14 then, action to approve automatic budget supplements.
We have one more budget supplement with Homeland Security grant reimbursement funds that we have received in the amount of $1,250.98.
Move to approve.
Motion by Hatton, second by
Second.
Gable. Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? No, no, motion carries. Let's go on to number 15, approval of personnel changes. We have a number of them today. They're in your packet.
Nope, we have travel requests,
Oh, yeah.
not personnel.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go on then to number 16, the travel requests. There's a whole bunch of them.
The first one is two employees from the treasurer's office request authorization. The treasurer is requesting authorization to send them to a new officials workshop. They are not new officials, but it's a very, very beneficial workshop to send your employees to. The second one, or the next one, is Rick Hartley. He is requesting authorization to attend the NACE conference in Wichita, Kansas.
Move to approve those travel requests.
Motion by Hatton, second by Gable. Any discussion? Any discussion? See no discussion, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. All right, let's go on then to old business. Is there any old business that we need to?
I do. I am happy to report that we now have the lease and sublease for the transitional house out at Midwest Bible Camp. That portion is completed. ICAP is in the process of hiring an individual to take the housing portion of it, and then we should be up and going with that process.
Yeah, question, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Lee.
So is that donations that are funding that lease, or how does that, or
Yes.
ICAP, or?
At this point, ICAP will have some funding for, on the housing part,
Great.
different things that they implement and help these individuals with case management. And then, of course, drug court will be taking care of the sobriety part of
Right.
that. I actually have put a call into Pierre to try to get some help funding with that, because there may be some coming out as pilot programs. So I've already put a call into Pierre to see if we would meet some of that criteria.
Yeah, there's some things to, I mean, as this goes down the road, this is definitely good news. I think it might be good to just kind of have like a brochure or something to explain what this new program does, and then, and how it's going to work. And, so you do have programs within the state, incarceration reduction programs. Some are run by nonprofits, like the Teen Challenge of the Dakotas down in Brookings, and the state does pay $30 a day, contributes, with state money to the clients there for each one. But the facility itself is from donors and whatnot. The other thing to keep in mind is, what I know Senate Bill 65 didn't succeed, but one of the ideas there was to, if someday this meant a county wanted to build a facility to help a program like that. If it was, sometimes it'll be appropriate, sometimes it wouldn't, but that was included as some of the facilities. But that's down the road. But
The
yeah, thanks for
governor-
doing that.
Yep, the governor has mentioned, on alternatives and those sorts of avenues. So hopefully, maybe, because this is, we need to figure out how to help these individuals become productive citizens. And so
What is the population that this transitional housing will be helping?
this is a pilot program. So we're starting out small, 5 to 7 individuals at the most at this point, and just kind of get it going that way.
So
I think
just
there's a
For
couple of-
people that are incarcerated that are looking to get back into
This is more for drug court candidates.
drug court?
Yes, this is specifically because ICAP is only working with the drug court on case management. Hank himself, and Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars, you may contact them. They may have some rooms for other individuals that don't fit into drug court. So we're also trying to work on that piece of the puzzle as well.
So this is kind of a important point. I mean, it's a crawl, walk, run kind of thing. So so it kind of makes sense to start with drug court, where you have some screening and everything built. Some screening of the likelihood of success is already built into the program. At some point, as we develop that capacity, and maybe Mr. Hested or Pastor
Hank.
Russo can help with figuring out maybe the process by which, but it's tricky, I mean, you're dealing with some people in tough phases of their lives, but on the other hand, so everybody understands, we're talking about, kind of a reentry program, so when people get out of incarceration, they have an opportunity to succeed. I mean, trying to, so they don't come back, hopefully. And then there's other programs where we work on, the front end, so they don't end up there in the first place, like the JDAI, or in particular is one that I'm thinking of.
So the reason that this came into being is that in some instances, those individuals who want to enter drug court, their biggest hurdle was clean, safe housing. So that's where this all kind of started, is that would give an opportunity for those individuals then to have a location for the ones that do not or cannot find something like that or don't have family. So that's kind of where we're focusing at this point, and see how it evolves.
All right, thank you for your efforts there, Commissioner Hatton. I myself would, although the outcome didn't turn out the way we wished that it would, I want to publicly and personally thank Commissioner Gable for all the hours and the time and the effort that he put into trying to get that Senate Bill 65 passed. We appreciate all of the efforts and all the work that you have done. I have already received a call from constituents saying, okay, what's the next step? Where do we go from here? So we're not just going to sit back. We're going to continue going forward, and I have not had a chance to visit with Lee or his thoughts, and I think he needs to have a few days to kind of regurgitate what has happened and what's going to happen. And he's got a board, he's got a committee that he can lean on to help him in making those decisions. So,
Yeah, if I could just
thank
add-
you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can I just add a couple points to the?
Yep.
Just want to thank Representative York. She was the prime sponsor in the House. Senator Al Nostrup from Aberdeen. He was the prime sponsor in the Senate. Also, Lee Schoenbeck was very helpful during the Senate debate, and as were a few other senators. But it's a process. I mean, a lot of times things like this take a few sessions, and I thought it was a pretty good idea, but it's possible there could be some combination of ideas that would come out into something else, and hopefully we can continue to have the dialogue, with legislators and possibly, I would hope, the governor's office, and so we'll see how it goes. And I know it's a tricky problem, but and so if people wonder what we're talking about, Senate Bill 65 was an effort to give counties an alternative to property tax when it comes time to build something big like a jail or a courthouse or do those kind of major infrastructure projects. And it would have allowed counties to ask for a half-cent sales tax, up to a half-cent sales tax to build that. And there were, in a lot of counties, ours included, there would be some big advantages to that, most primarily savings in tax dollars over the course of that bond. So, but that was basically it in a nutshell. It was a close vote, though. It was pretty close. So it wasn't, it wasn't